Hey everyone, and welcome back to Pandemonium, where today we are going to be diving in one of the best plays we witnessed during the 2024 PMGC League stage. So with that said, let's get right into it. So you're going to be able to see that we are going to be focusing today on one of our South Korean teams. It's going to be Miraen Sejong that had a really good strat on Miramar. This is phase 1, about to go into phase 2. And you can witness right away that they have this insane wide 4-man split, right? Okay, it's pretty obvious. You guys can see I'm highlighting it right there. Pretty straightforward. But some people might say, oh, it's kind of a weak position because what if you get knocked and stuff? Which, no, fair criticism to have about this kind of position. But one thing I wanted to really try and focus on is if you're looking at their position, nothing's in between any of the players. Like Final can get to Hoxie, Final can get to Jaesuk, Jaesuk can get to Seiwoo, Seiwoo can get to Hoxie. And of course, Final can get to Seiwoo. Like, this is a great rotate, even the other side, even Jaesuk and Hoxie. This is great because there's nothing in between the players. So if they have to regroup, because let's say at this point, a team, let's say Zeus is sending it over onto Final. Final has got his car ready. He can send it to Hoxie, or he can send it maybe even over to Jaesuk. This is great for them to do that as a response to potential breaches. So this is a really good position and a way to react to it. So in this case, they're in a great spot. But the best thing about this 4-man split is that they have 4 compounds. Some are like a bit small. They're not really a real compound, but 4 strong positions in the circle are under their control, which means, and you'll be able to see very soon, that when the next phase pops, they have pretty much free reign to do whatever the hell they want. And you can see it right here. If I zoom in a little bit, wow, the next circle popped and Miraen Sejong regrouped in this amazing 2-2 split. Fantastic. And exactly the same rules as earlier. They have nothing realistically in between those 2-man split to regroup. So if a team crashes onto the southern side or the northern side, well, you just regroup really quickly and you can keep 4 players alive and you still have a really good solid spot in the circle. But this, what it does is it keeps your options open. And earlier, we saw the spots they had there. This position, if I'm not mistaken, also this compound. The circle popped. It's a little bit more northeast, and they just did this regroup. That's all they did. As simple as that, and now they occupy still 2 really solid compounds, and they're keeping their options open for, guess what? You guessed it, the next circle, which is exactly what they end up doing. And if you move forward, they sent it eventually into this amazing compound, which if I go back real quick, this compound is... Why can I not go back? I want to go back. It is not letting me. There we go. They sent it onto this compound. You can see with my mouse up here, they sent it onto the Hoxie and Seiwoo position because the circle, if I'm not mistaken, ended up being like this. And, well, with that kind of circle, we're going to send in that compound because it's a strong compound in the middle of the fields and is absolutely broken. So we do see them send into this compound. There are 4 players alive. Because they had that initial 4-man split, they had 1 player in this compound initially, and every time the circle tightens up, they send it into the best 2 options and then the final best option, so they have the best position in the circle, and teams can't really even crash it because guess what? There's always going to be a player there, so teams are going to be a bit, quote-unquote, scared to send it. And eventually, because of that send, you guessed it, also, Miraen Sejong get themselves the chicken dinner. And in my opinion, it's a very simple, by-the-book kind of approach to PUBG Mobile competitive, but if it's done properly, it literally gives you free access to a game-winning compound if you do it properly. But of course, that requires teams to be a little bit scared of you and you to be having that good response that if a team decides to crash you, you regroup instantly. And we didn't see that happen this game because no one really threatened their position. But there's something to keep in mind if you do decide to do this strat in maybe a tournament or also in Ultimate Royale. Ultimate Royale, I think, is a really good time to use this kind of strat. Of course, people aren't very competitive. People are very much like, oh, I just want to go for elimination. So maybe stick to the 2-2 split, not the initial 4-man split, because that might be a bit risky in Ultimate. But in tournaments where there's a lot more at stake, this is a strat that is very important and that can, again, win you games pretty damn easily. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, guys, this video. If you have any plays you guys would want us to check out and do some analysis on here on Pandemonium_news, feel free to tell us in the comments. And with that said, we'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one.